Welcome, and thanks for joining us for day 2 of our annual convention video series. As 2020 comes to a close, I think we're all looking to the future. North Carolina Farm Bureau takes an active role in preparing for the future through education partnerships, support for ag youth programs, and leadership development within our organization. We're proud of our work with NC State University, NC State University, our 2 land grant schools leading cutting-edge research and educating the next generation. We strongly support youth farm organizations, FFA and 4-H. Developing leaders within Farm Bureau is a top priority for me and our board of directors, and we do that through LEAD, EIFL, our scholarship program, Ag in the Classroom, and Young Farmers and Ranchers, which is how I became active in Farm Bureau in the 90s. Today, we'll introduce you to some of the people paving the way for our state's agricultural future, starting with our 2020 YFR Award winners, Travis and Sarah Covington and Brandon Batten.
I've always come from a family of farmers. I'm the 3rd generation in our operation, but I'm actually the 6th generation in my family that's been involved in agriculture. I've been on the farm all my life. I've always loved the farm, been involved from a very young age when my dad would take me along. Some of my first memories on the farm are feeding the hogs. We had a hog operation. I've always wanted to be on the farm. I've always loved it. I've enjoyed working with my family and working the land. And when I graduated college, the opportunity was there for me to come home and grow the farm to support my return. So that's what I've tried to do. My grandpa told me that if I wanted to farm, he would try to help me, but I had to get an education first. So that's what I did, and that has helped me greatly. Ag engineering is all about solving problems, and that's what a modern farmer does, is solve problems and try to figure out how to stay viable and profitable in these hard times that we're facing right now. We do a lot of different things, and I wear a lot of different hats on the farm. We try to start work around 7:30. This time of year, we're baling tobacco in the morning, and then we'll either, if there's any spraying that needs to be done, we're about through with the spraying. We'll start burning tobacco after that, and then picking corn as soon as we can turn enough help loose to start that. So we're pretty busy this time of year from sun up to sundown, and even after sometimes. I got involved in Farm Bureau, I guess, a little later in my career than maybe Deshaun would have wanted me to, in my age anyway. I did participate in the collegiate discussion meet. That was some of my first involvements. And just really got to know, about what Farm Bureau does, about the advocacy network, and that it's really more than just an insurance company, because when you're 18, 20, 21, 25, you start having to get your own insurance and things like that. That's kind of my first exposure, but I didn't know as much about the other side of Farm Bureau as I did now. And from there, I got involved in our county Young Farmer Rancher chapter. We have a pretty active chapter here in Johnston County. I got involved at the state level through the Farm Labor Advisory Committee. I got appointed to that, so I serve on that currently. And that's really, to me, is kind of where I learned the most about Farm Bureau, is on that policy-making grassroots level. Farm Bureau is the voice for farmers. It's all agriculture. It doesn't matter if you're a 1-acre farm or a 10,000-acre farm. Farm Bureau has your interest at heart. There isn't really another organization like that can pull all of agriculture together under one umbrella. After getting involved at that level, I was asked to serve on the state committee, Young Farmer Rancher State Committee, so we did that for 2 years, and then I was fortunate enough to be appointed as chair. All that experience has just grown our network, and that's really what Farm Bureau leverages, is just that network of people and friends. I have friends all the way across the state, from the coast to the mountains, that I could call, and they would help me anytime if I need to, and likewise. And that network is really the power of Farm Bureau. When I found out that I had been selected as the Achievement Award winner, it was a very humbling and very honoring experience. I guess it's just confirmation, that what I'm doing is making a difference. It is worthwhile, and there's a lot of people doing the same thing I'm doing, and to be chosen as the winner of that is a very honoring experience.
Farming's always been in my blood. I've never wanted to do anything else other than run cattle. We purchased a farm that we're standing on now from my grandfather's estate. This used to be part of the dairy operation that I grew up on, and we've been transitioning it ever since into a holistic grazing beef operation. So when we got into Scottish Highlands, we knew that was something different. We knew we were going to have to take the reins on it. I was tired of going to the sale barn and not getting what I thought my cattle was worth. So we just decided to get a different breed and go a completely different direction. We've used social media. We've gone to a couple of local farmers markets. Honestly, when COVID pandemic started up and people didn't have anywhere to go for meat, we were very fortunate in that we were getting some of our first animals back. We worked with a couple of other local producers to create a drive-up, drive-through farmers market where customers could come, pick up meat. Everybody stayed in their car. We brought it right to them.
So this land means so much to both of us that we really want to make sure that we're taking good care of it, and not just our animals. We want to make sure that we're taking care of both. We really pride ourselves on being able to transform our land more naturally, and so, minimizing any pesticides or additives to the land.
I have been around or involved in Farm Bureau in some way for my entire life. My family grew up on the board here in the county.
Farming is exceptionally fun. Busy, a lot of work, but fun. I work in a very high-stressed and high-demanding job, and it's wonderful to be able to come out here after work and start working with my calves, and I feel like I'm actually accomplishing things. And to be able to see the farm transform over the past few years has been just so worthwhile and so rewarding. And so yes, farming is a lot of work and a lot of stress and a lot of money, but we could not imagine doing anything else.
And for me, there's some days where everything goes wrong, your equipment breaks, and you pound your head against the wall and you wonder why you do it. And then we get in the calving season, and for 3 months in a row, it's Christmas morning every day when I come to the farm, and every afternoon of, do we have new babies? Do we have new life being created and put on the ground in front of us? It's, unless you've done it, it's something you just, it's hard to explain.
We are just exceptionally grateful and joyful that we've been able to have the recognition of all of our hard work that we've poured into the farm. And I think we're truly doing something that his grandfather would be proud of. And unfortunately, this is the last remaining working farm of our family, and we really want to make sure that this is sustainable for generations to come.
For coming out on top, the Covingtons and Brandon each received a Polaris Ranger RTV. Next, they'll go on to represent North Carolina on a national level and compete for that Ford truck. Let's all show them some support and cheer them on. Agriculture is always evolving. We're here today at the site of NC State's new Plant Sciences building, where future students will get access to some of the best technology and research in the world. Construction is obviously still happening, but when it's complete, this is going to be a truly unique space. To tell us more about it, I'm joined by Dean Rich Linton of the College of Ag and Life Sciences. Hey, Dean.
Well, hey, Sean, how are you doing? Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Promised Land, at least welcome to the Promised Building, the building of the future. Where we are right now is the construction site of the North Carolina Plant Sciences Initiative building. This is the future home of the most innovative, most world-class building in the world for research and education for plant sciences. And as the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, I wanted to reach out and thank you personally for your advocacy and your financial support of this amazing facility and building. The good news is with this building, we're on time and we're on budget. We've raised about 98% of the funding that we need for this building, so we're almost there. And the building, from a time perspective, will have a ribbon cutting in February of 2022. But what I really wanted to talk about is the return on investment that you have had in this building. In the last year, our college has received over $50 million in research support for plant science research and education. In addition, the United States Department of Agriculture Research Service is building another complementary research building on Lake Wheeler Road, a $32 million facility to complement our building for plant science research. None of this happens without your advocacy. None of this happens without your support. So thank you. You know, we're the land-grant university. We have been and we continue to be, even in the area of COVID. Our research productivity last year was almost $100 million in research support. Right now, even during COVID, we have 385 research projects that are ongoing and looking for a year that should exceed $100 million in research support this year. Cooperative extension is still going 100%. Albeit during COVID, we're doing things differently. We're protecting the pack. We're doing things to be able to produce the information that our communities and our farmers need, but we're just doing it in a very different way virtually during COVID. When we look at our academic programs, our goal is to be a top 5 land grant in the nation. I'm proud to say that we now have the 4th largest graduate student population in the nation, over 1,000 graduate students, 2,800 undergrads, and almost 400 in the Ag Institute program, which, by the way, is the #1 program in the country. So I think, as you can see, the College of Agriculture and Life Science is very strong. I think North Carolina agriculture's future is very bright. And with that, I say go Pack.
Thank you, Dean Linton. To keep our industry thriving and essential, we have to educate the younger generation. Kamal Bell started Sinkofa Farms in Orange County, not only as a way to grow food for his community, but also as a way to teach young African-American men about farming.
Once you Sinkofa, you Sinkofa forever.
Sinkofa is a term that means remember your ancestry as you move forward in life.
When Kamal Bell first became a teacher, he may not have known his most powerful lessons would come not from inside a classroom, but rather outside on a farm.
The farm is a platform, so it's not just an agricultural space. It has so many different utilities. You can learn new skills from the farm. For me, the farm is the basis of education. And if we look at the history of education, it started with farming. So just getting back to the roots in that sense of just the utility of the farm.
The idea for Sinkofa and the farm's agricultural academy came to Bell while he worked at a middle school in Durham County.
I saw that a lot of the students would gravitate toward the work I did. And my idea was that this could give the students a platform as they go further in life, but also as they go into the next school year. I was thinking about the long-term effects that it can have on the students, how they also are faced by challenges, how it can help them in their day-to-day life.
Come back down on this side here.
When Bell's principal passed on his idea for the school, he didn't give up. The USDA Farm Service Agency helped him buy land in Orange County, and organizations like NC Farm Bureau's Ag in the Classroom helped fund the academy, which now has 6 students.
My name is Cameron Jackson.
My name is Jamel Ali. My name is Mikhail Ali.
Hello, my name is Kamani Traquan King.
When the students first arrived, they didn't know what Bell had in store for them.
I thought it was gonna be like it was already up and running, but it wasn't. So I was like, kind of made a bad choice here.
I was just thinking like what you see on TV, you know, it's huge 500-acre farm, cows, and so when I came up there, it was just like trash everywhere. And so like we really started from the bottom.
Bell taught the boys basic skills that turned the brush and trash into an operating farm.
How to use a drill, how to dig a hole. We learned how to like build like little chicken feeders, like our own little stuff. And over time, I'd say I learned how to like build like a whole caterpillar tunnel. I learned how to fix irrigation lines.
I can build my own fences. I can make my own garden. I can carry my own livestock. Mr. Bell has taught me pretty much everything that I know, from feeding the chickens all the way down to the science of how to plant plants in the certain distance that they need to grow.
I've learned, planting, the bees. I'm also a certified beekeeper.
Over time, the lessons became about more than agriculture.
I've just learned like life skills, like how to interact with different people and, speaking skills. It's more than the work, it's more like, the bonds that have formed. I've gained, that culture is important for you to be able to learn. And so that he's like implemented like our culture and our history. That way we're able to actually know that we're able to do it as well.
I've seen a change in my life from when I started working on the farm with Mr. Bell versus before I started on the farm. I would say my grades improved. I was more cautious of what I did because I knew the result or the end. So I was more focused.
Once we found out that we're not something so small that we're actually able to make change, then that's when we're able to like open up.
They have been a true light to the farm, just to see young men with that drive and ambition.
And thanks to that ambition, these students have already figured out how farming will play a role in their lives in the years ahead.
I'm interested in a lot of different stuff, but I know I want to do something alongside farming.
But I know I'll definitely use what I've learned here in the future.
I want to become a marine biologist, and I want to study aquaculture.
I think I want to go into psychology, and then end goal is build a school.
I think as we go forward, I think we'll see a change in the demographic of farmers. Not a large change, but with programs like what we're doing, educating the youth, they don't have to necessarily go into farming, but they have an appreciation for the farm and what it can do for them. So when they have kids, hopefully, they'll say, hey, we can work on this little garden at our house, or we can work on the farm. Like there's just so many different avenues that the farm can provide someone.
Kamal Bell is getting national recognition for the program he's putting together at Sinkofa. In fact, when you get your 2021 copy of the Old Farmer's Almanac, look for the write-up about the farm and Bell's journey. Kamal told us the picture was taken in the first tunnel where students grew produce, and that was their first yield of crops. Sinkofa's vegetables are used in a small CSA program, but also donated to organizations like Urban Ministries and Communities in Partnership in Durham.
This award that has been given to us is from the North Carolina Science, Math, and Technology Education Center. We were awarded the Business and Industry Award for 2020.
North Carolina Farm Bureau's Ag in the Classroom was recognized for its work highlighting and supporting science, math, and technology in its pre-K through 12th grade programs.
Agriculture was the original STEM. Before, people were growing and making their own clothes before today. They were using STEM concepts in those ways to get what they needed to do in order to live and survive. But today you see STEM concepts throughout agriculture. For example, in science, you see chemical reactions in plant and animal life cycles. Technology, you see GPS systems and agricultural drones. Engineering, you have innovative ways of building machines and structures that are cost efficient and effective for farmers. And in math, you see calculations, yields, and percentages.
Ag in the Classroom will receive an award like this, and a program profile video will be featured on SMT's website.
It's always humbling to be honored by your peers and by your colleagues, but truly it's not our program, it's not just for North Carolina Farm Bureau, but it's for also our volunteers all across the state. This program is not administered without their work that they do within their counties, so we deeply appreciate all the work that they have done.
North Carolina Farm Bureau wants to present to you the North Carolina Farm Bureau Teacher of the Year Award.
That 2020 award went to Stacy Pierce, a first grade teacher at Perquimans Central School in Perquimans County. Agriculture is a key part of her curricula. Every year she teaches students about the importance of rural communities, farming, and where their food comes from.
We just don't go to Food Line or local grocery stores to get our food. They have to be grown or planted and raised, produced. And if we don't have that and replenish it, we don't have what we need, and that's a basic need. And that's a part of our science curriculum as well. We need food, water, a house, and they need all those things as well. And if we didn't have that, our farming community wouldn't exist. Ag in the Classroom's partnership with the Keenan Fellows Program is approaching its 10th year.
In that time, 13 North Carolina teachers, all mentored by area farm bureaus, have had the chance to get on the farm to earn real experience in the ag industry as it relates to STEM education. Internships have helped create ag-focused lessons, community events, and ag mags, which highlight North Carolina's biggest commodities. Another round of Going Local grants were handed out in 2020. Each recipient received a certificate and $500 to use as part of their agriculture lessons. Many teachers plan to buy specialized equipment that will give students more hands-on learning opportunities in the classroom. In November, Ag in the Classroom partnered with Implement Ed for a first-of-its-kind virtual workshop. Teachers between kindergarten and 8th grade met via Zoom to talk sweet potato curricula. Thanks to the Ag Bag, they have new lessons to help students get more engaged in ag education. Ag in the Classroom showed its support for National Farm to School Month by participating in Crunch Day. People across the country, including North Carolina Farm Bureau staff, enjoyed locally grown apples and posted selfies on social media. The event is all about uniting together while celebrating North Carolina agriculture and healthy eating.
Hello everyone, I'm Chloe Hobbs, currently serving as the North Carolina FFA State President. My journey in this blue corduroy jacket began just a few years ago as I memorized the 5 paragraphs of the FFA Creed. In preparation for the National FFA Creed Speaking event, I was invited to recite what I had learned at the October meeting of the Sampson County Farm Bureau. After wrapping up the 5th and final paragraph of the Creed, I remember being overwhelmed by the support that the Farm Bureau members had shown me. This support is unique not just to Sampson County, but can be found in all 100 counties here in the Great Tar Heel State. North Carolina Farm Bureau began its partnership with the North Carolina FFA Association in 1985. While 35 years have passed, our connection has only flourished. Farm Bureau has and continues to sponsor multiple events and competitions that grow leaders, build communities, and strengthen agriculture here within our state. Because of the time, resources, and support that you all so generously give, we can believe in the future of agriculture. A few months back, I tuned into a farm-side chat with the American Farm Bureau Federation President, Mr. Zippy Duval. Through this broadcast, he recognized the challenges and the trials that farmers have faced over the past 6 months. He reminded me that while these challenges are real, they have brought about an opportunity for resilience and creativity. We, the 21,000 North Carolina FFA members, are taking this opportunity and using it to strengthen agriculture. We are refining our technology skills, developing networks amongst multiple industries, and learning new ways to feed, clothe, and shelter the soon-to-be 9.8 billion people on this planet. While resilience and creativity is a great start, North Carolina Farm Bureau and other supporters are what help us put this into action. Together, NC Farm Bureau and NCFFA will seek educational improvements, economic opportunities, social advancements, and ultimately the well-being of our state and our nation. Hand in hand, we will achieve better days through better ways and solidify a future for American agriculture.
2020 started strong for our North Carolina Farm Bureau young farmers and ranchers. In January, hundreds participated in the Vision Conference. They packed the Sheridan Greensboro at Four Seasons to make new friends, network, and even get a selfie with the president. American Farm Bureau YFR Committee member Liza Layton led one session, as well as NCFB Committee Chair Brandon Batten, who served as the unofficial captain of the event. Committee members took a trip south in February for a week of tours. Hosted by the Florida Farm Bureau, our team stopped at a dairy farm, a citrus farm, and a fish farm. They also learned about sugar production and how greenery for bouquets is produced. Our YFR members found ways to help their communities before and during the pandemic. Service projects included tornado cleanup in Alamance County, building chairs and picnic tables at the FFA camp at White Lake, and restaurant gift card donations to first responders in Guilford County. Members also made and donated fleece-tie blankets to a children's organization and handed out hot meals to hungry farmers. The Fun Shoot returned in 2020. YFR hosted the event at Drake's Landing in Harnett County. Money raised went to the North Carolina Farm Bureau Legal Fund. YFR supplied blessing boxes. The boxes are stocked with toiletries and non-perishable food for anyone who may need those goods. Pauline Baptist in Four Oaks posted pictures on Facebook showing the box outside its church building, encouraging those to donate or pick up a free blessing. Discussion meets are a great opportunity for young farmers to perfect their speaking and communication skills while promoting solutions to agricultural issues. Brandon Batten made it to the Sweet 16 of the American Farm Bureau discussion meet in January. 3 months later, Ty Meyer made it to the Sweet 16 in the AFBF Collegiate discussion meet. In November, NC student Milos McAdoo won the 2020 NC Farm Bureau Collegiate Discussion Meet and will go on to represent our state on the national level in 2021.
We thank you for watching today's convention video. I hope it gives you hope for the future. Coming up tomorrow, see what our Farm Bureau women have been up to in 2020. Plus, a veteran explains how farming has changed his life. As we leave you now, we take a look back at the youth livestock shows from the North Carolina State Fair. We'll see you tomorrow.